Hello, hello. Let's make sure my mic works today. Yesterday I was having difficulties with my mic and nobody could hear me. So I just want to make sure everybody can hear me today. I think I fixed it. I think I did. Hello, Long Island girl. Yes, you are first. Hello, Leo's wife. I hope everybody is having a good Tuesday. Like I said, let's make sure my mic is working because yesterday I tried going live and I had technical difficulties. My mic was not working. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. So if you could let me know in the chat if you can hear me, that would be great. I don't, I think everybody can hear me. I'm pretty sure. Let me just do a few things, let people come in. Oh, good. You guys can hear me. Hey, Blue. Hey, Leo's wife, Long Island. This is definitely not going to be a long live, sadly, because there's not much to update on Vanessa. I was hoping that there would be more updates or a good outcome that she was found, but as of right now, she is still missing as of today. Her family started a GoFundMe, and I put the GoFundMe in my description. So if you guys want to go to the description, you'll find their GoFundMe. Pretty much, they are trying to raise money to hire a private investigator. So that's what the GoFundMe is for. Hi, Galloway. How are you, hon? So, like I said, that is in I put that in the description if anybody wants to check that out. The family also has started a Facebook group. It's called Find Vanessa Guillen, and that's on Facebook. The family is pretty good about updating in there. So if you guys are wanting to follow the case and get updates, that's one place that's really good to go to. And that is her sister actually started that Facebook. So just for new people that do not know about the case, I'll give a quick summary because I'm pretty sure most of you guys know. Vanessa Guillen is a 20-year-old soldier. She went missing out of Fort Hood on hold on. I believe it was the 21st, I believe. The 22nd. Wednesday, April 22nd at 1 p.m. She was last seen in the parking lot of the barracks. She left behind all of her her keys, her car, her room key, her IDs. Those were all left behind in the armory where she was working. And the only thing they were unable to find was her phone. So the update on her, like I said, this isn't going to be a long live. There isn't much of an update on her. They are starting to do searches for her. The Texas Rangers are bringing out their dogs. They started on Monday. They said they'll be there for several days. They're going to try to track her in the training area, the culverts, low water crossing, ditches. So they are starting that search. Like I said a few minutes ago, her family also did a GoFundMe, which the description is the GoFundMe is in the description, and they are trying to raise money to hire a private investigator. The last report was that Vanessa's phone pinged in Belton. That has been changed. I'm so glad you guys can hear me. I'm so excited. I don't know what was wrong with it yesterday. I added some extensions onto my Google, and I think that's what it was, because that's the only thing that I've done differently, and my mic wouldn't work. So I went in and I removed extensions from my Google, and it worked. They are not thinking she is AWOL. Now, the interesting thing, Blue, you probably weren't here, but she is not the first soldier to go missing from the barracks, the same exact barracks. Actually, a man named Gregory Morales went missing in August of 2019, and he still hasn't been found. They listed him as AWOL, and now they have that only went for 30 days, and after 30 days they switched him to what did they switch him to? Give me a second, let me look. I lost my paper. I lost my paper. Bear with me, guys. I lost it. He's not AWOL anymore. They switched him to, what was it? I forgot the name of it, and I can't find it. Where is my paper? Deserted. Sorry. So now they have him listed as deserted, but we'll get to him in a minute, because I'm actually covering both cases, and that is why it's Vanessa and Gregory in my title. So I will definitely get to him. So what I was saying a minute ago is when I did the case on Monday, they were saying that her phone, because that's the only thing that she took with her when she went missing. They said that her phone last pinged in Belton. They have changed that it last pinged in Fort Hood on Wednesday, the 22nd, the day she went missing, at 5:49. That's the last time her phone has pinged. They have not gotten a ping since. Her sister did a news conference, and she was stating that what I found interesting is that her sister said the day before she went missing, she tried calling her sister and it kept going to voicemail, but she wasn't worried. Then her sister said on the day she went missing, she was texting her, but the text kept bouncing back. Now, for me, I thought that was interesting, because for me, I would think that the text would only bounce back if her phone wasn't in service anymore. It wouldn't bounce back just because her phone wasn't on, or just because, she wasn't answering texts. But her sister did say that all her texts were coming back to her, like she was not able to send the text. So I found that quite interesting. And it kind of goes with why the police haven't been able to get a ping from her phone since the day she went missing. Like I said, they started searching on Monday. Other than that, there really isn't much on her, updates on her. Oh, Long Island girl, you didn't miss much. I haven't been live very long. Basically, I was saying how Vanessa's updates, there isn't much to update other than the family started a GoFundMe, and I put the GoFundMe link in my description. They are trying to raise money for an investigator. There's also a Facebook group that her sister started. It's called Find Vanessa Guillen, and that is where a lot of the updates are going to. They still have the $15,000 reward, but what else is interesting is for Gregory, they didn't have a reward for Gregory. They basically had Gregory listed as an AWOL. They had Gregory listed as AWOL for 30 days, and after 30 days of him missing, he was listed as a deserter. He was about to be discharged from the Army 4 days prior to him missing. So I don't see Gregory going AWOL 4 days before he's about to graduate from the Army. But the Army has him listed. She is dating someone. His name is Juan. His name is Juan Cruz. And he actually has been very distraught. He does have a Twitter. His Twitter was shut down for a few days due to people harassing him and stuff. So his Twitter is up today. So yes, she does have a boyfriend. Right now, he is not listed as a suspect. They don't think he's a suspect. The other reason why is because he does not live with her. They lived in separate houses, and nobody, due to the coronavirus, nobody that wasn't military was allowed on the base. They were not allowing visitors on the base at all due to the corona. So Gregory, now that's an interesting case for me because, like I said, he went missing 4 days before being graduating from the Army. His family declared him missing, but the military didn't. The military had him as AWOL. And then, like I said, after 4 days, after 30 days, they listed him as a deserter. Now, he went missing in August of 2019 from the same barracks that Vanessa has been missing from. Since then, since Vanessa's disappearance, the military has also now did a $1,500 reward for Gregory. For any information on Gregory, basically they're matching him with Vanessa. The other interesting thing is the FBI is actually stepping in on Gregory's case due to somebody trying to extort money from his mother. His mother on Wednesday received a Facebook message claiming that her son was being held hostage for money he owed someone. The person asked his mother how much money could she pay. She told them $1,500. She never heard from them again. Then she got an email from somebody else the same day saying Gregory was fine, but they were going to kill him after 10 days if she didn't pay. Then this person that emailed her this, how horrible that is, sent her a picture and the picture was stamped, had a timestamp of Wednesday up in the corner of the picture. And she said it was her son's face in the picture, but it was on a different body. So basically, it got photoshopped. And she said it was in a living room that she did not recognize. But later, it didn't stop there. Later that day, another lady emailed her and said for $2,100, she would give Gregory's mother the address to where Gregory is being held. So, like I said, I mean, that's just horrible that people are pulling at a mother's heartstrings. I mean, he's been missing since August, and now because this case has come up, as long as you had the military ID, you could get on Fort Hood. It was only shut down from the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. Yes, it was shut down from then. They were not doing manual IDs. Usually a soldier stands at the gate and looks at the ID and lets everybody through. But due to the corona, they did a scanning checking ID card scanner. And so basically it was automated so people could come through. They said no visitors were allowed on the base or at the post housings. They did have a curfew in place from 10 to 10 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. and soldiers were allowed to travel outside the curfew hours for essential functions only. So yes, there was. Hi, Truth. How are you? Yes, you scan it. Yep. Usually they have a soldier there, but due to the corona, they haven't. But like I said, for Gregory, I just find it interesting that Gregory went missing from the same barracks, same Fort Hood in August of 2019, and they declared him AWOL instantly, which I don't think somebody would go AWOL when they're about to graduate 4 days later from the military. That just made no sense to me. But instead of investigating, they decided to make him AWOL. But now that Vanessa's missing, people are linking these two cases together, and now the military wants to give him a reward and for information on him with Vanessa. So, and like when he went missing, there wasn't a coronavirus wasn't going on when he went missing. But with Vanessa, no visitors were allowed on the base. There was only military allowed on the base. So I find that interesting. But like I said, there really isn't much updates for her. Other than they're starting, they started searches Monday. They said they'll be there for several days. They're going to, hopefully be able to track her. Like I said, she does have a boyfriend. She does have a sister. The boyfriend, from what we've gathered, is not a suspect, and he's very worried about her. And he's pretty much on the front lines doing everything he possibly can to find out where she went. Yes, her phone, I don't know if Crime Canary, if you're asking if that's where her phone pinged in Belton. The first reports was that her phone pinged in Belton, but they have actually recanted that and said that her phone pinged for on the day she went missing at 5:45 was the last ping they got, and it was in Fort Hood, not in Belton. And her sister did a news report and basically said the day she called her the day before she went missing, and her phone went to voicemail, but she figured she was busy, didn't really worry. The day she went missing, her sister said she was sending her texts, but the texts were coming back, basically bouncing back. And anybody knows who has a phone, your texts don't bounce back unless the phone is not active anymore. You know, even if her phone was off or if she was out of service, the text messages wouldn't bounce back. And her sister said all her text messages were bouncing back like somebody shut off her phone or canceled her phone. And I think that's the other reason why the police haven't been able to ping her phone since the day she went missing. And like I said, that's about it. There isn't much to talk about on right now. I wish there was more. I wish for her family that they could find the lead and find her. Oh, and also on Gregory, the other interesting thing is he had just bought a car prior to going missing. And the car is also has never been found. Not only has Gregory never been found, but his car that he had bought is still never been recovered either. He has not made a car payment on it. His family home burnt down and they had a family tragedy and he missed that. He was actually scheduled for a hearing at court because he was getting divorced and he never made it to that. And like I said, he's been missing since August of 2019. And like I said, I find it interesting that even his car has not been located. Anybody got any questions? Let me look at chat. Let me see what I missed. Because I got to get used to looking at chat and telling you guys what's going on. Yeah, Long Island girl, that's what I'm saying. The only way it would bounce back for me is if somebody shut off her phone. Maybe she had an iPhone, someone turned it off, find my phone button, which could be, but my thing is her sister's saying, even if your phone's off, like right now, I could shut off my phone and anybody could text me and you guys wouldn't get a reject on your phone. It wouldn't come back because my phone was off. I would just get it when I turned it on and it would look from your end that it was sent. And when I turned on my phone, I would get the message. But from what maybe her sister was nervous talking to the cameras or anything, but I just found it interesting that she said that, yes, she called her and her phone went right straight to voicemail, which she did not find alarming. But what she did find alarming is when she texted her the day she went missing, she was texting her. Her and her sister talked all the time. And her texts were being rejected. Like they were coming back like her service has been turned off. Which I'm sure by now, I mean, she's been missing since the 22nd of April. I'm sure her phone is probably dead, and that's probably another reason that they can't get a ping anymore, because I'm sure she did not bring a phone charger with her. I mean, she didn't have her wallet, anything. See, I don't have an iPhone, so I'm not sure how that works. I have an Android. But for the Android, same thing. If people don't know my login to my account, they're not able to locate my phone. But I also know you can locate people through Instagram too. I never knew that. My daughter actually taught me that, where on Instagram it can show you where you are. That it could be possible, Boo. She could have. she definitely could have been having phone issues. Because I would think that the police, well, the police probably wouldn't disclose that if somebody shut off her service. I'm sure they would keep that to themselves. They probably wouldn't say anything. But like I said, I also find it interesting that during the time she went missing, nobody was allowed on the base. I mean, of course, I'm sure people probably snuck on the base, seeing there's not a soldier standing at the gate like usual. But I wouldn't think people would risk that. You know, you had to still scan to get in for the gate to open. You had to scan your ID to be able to get in. And they were not allowing any visitors. And they still have not disclosed whether they saw her on camera in the parking lot. Like I said on my first live, they did have cameras, but not many, and they were not surveillance cameras. They were basically motion cameras. They weren't cameras that stayed on all the time. It was basically motion related. So I don't know if they saw her in the parking lot due to the cameras, or if somebody actually saw her in the parking lot the day she went missing. But the last time she was seen was 1:00 in the parking lot of Fort Hood. And she was working at the armory that day. And in the armory is where she left everything she left behind, which was her car keys, her ID. So to get in back onto the base, she would need her ID, her room key to her house that's located on the base, and her car. Her car was still in the parking lot. The only thing she took with her was her phone. And the other interesting thing, I was thinking 1:00. I was thinking she's probably on a lunch break. I would think 1:00 isn't a time that people usually get off of work. Usually it's like a 8 to 4, 9 to 5 type job. They have not said what her hours were, but for her to leave everything behind like she was coming back, you know, she left everything in her locker, like she was just stepping out, maybe to go for a walk on her lunch break or sit outside and play on her phone during her lunch break, with plans of coming back. And her family says it's not like her. She was speaking of the future with her sister just a week prior. She wanted to go back to school. So they said it's definitely not like she would go AWOL from the military. This is something she's always wanted to do. She went into the military right from graduation from high school. So there's definitely, me personally, my opinion, I don't see her going AWOL. I don't see her leaving everything behind and running away with just her phone. Her credit cards, her bank cards, everything was in her wallet, all her IDs. That's my opinion. And I definitely think that they need to look into Fort Hood. I mean, they have 2 missing soldiers within a year apart, missing from the same place. For me, I don't find that a coincidence. And like I said, they have him listed as a deserter, but his car hasn't even turned up. Not only has Gregory not turned up, either has his car. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you guys now. I wish there was more a positive update that she was found, that she's home safe. I wish that it was an update that any update than this, but they don't really, they're pretty mum. There isn't much that they're saying. So that's about all I have for an update. The more I was, if I get another update, obviously I'll go live as soon as I get it so I can keep you guys up to date. I've actually been thinking about different things that I could do with my channel. And I'm actually thinking maybe doing some cold cases. There is actually a cold case I was actually looking into today. It's it seems pretty interesting. I'm not going to give away what it is yet until I research it more. But it does seem like a real interesting case. But I was thinking maybe doing some cold cases. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys have any preference of cases that you would like to for me to look into, like cold cases, missing cases? For some reason, I'm not seeing you guys in chat. My chat is gone. I don't know where it went. Oh, my chat is gone. Oh, there it is. Okay. But yeah, so I was thinking maybe doing some cold cases. But you like missing? I could definitely look into some missing cases. I was thinking about doing the West Memphis 3 because I've actually dove into that case pretty heavy, but there is so many rabbit holes to that case, and I'm so new to doing my channel. I was thinking maybe I would hold off on that case so I can get a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? More comfortable in doing lives. Because like I said, the West Memphis case, I'm very interested in. I've done a lot of research on that case just because I was personally interested in it. And that case has a lot of different avenues to go down. And I just don't, I'm going to put that on hold. So I was kind of looking towards more cold cases or missing cases just until I kind of get my feet wet a little bit more on doing these lives. Oh, that's a good one, Leo's wife. Yes, that chimney. Yes, the boy in the chimney. Definitely write that one down. Because I was really into that too. Especially the one that we found where he was mummified. He went for a walk that day and he went missing and his family didn't find him for many years later and he was mummified in this chimney. Yes. That would definitely be a case that I definitely would look into. But I'm also saying I don't want to just do cases. Like, don't get me wrong. I came to YouTube for true crime. That's one of the main reasons that I came to YouTube. And I love doing researching crime cases. And it's something that I enjoy doing. But I don't want to be just crime. I really want to do a bunch of different things. Just fun, some fun things, some interesting things, some life things. I just kind of wanted to do interesting, different, play games, maybe certain nights I could do game night, one day do crime night, one day do chit chat night where we just all chit chat. The only thing I'm really staying away from is drama. I I'm I don't want anything to do with that. I want the best for all channels out there, and that's just so I'm just trying to really think of interesting things to do. But yeah. So that's about it, guys. Like I said, I don't really have much more to say. I thank you guys for all coming in and showing me support. I really appreciate that. If you can remember to hit the like buttons, thank you so much. Yes, no drama for me. Definitely not. I'm over drama. And like I said, if you guys want to, I linked Vanessa's family's GoFundMe in my description. Like I said, they're trying to raise $20,000 for a private investigator. The other thing is that her family did Facebook, so you guys can check that out. And like I said, I thank you guys all for coming and supporting me. It's still all new and nerve-wracking, and even though I'm not on camera, it's still enough to make you jittery, I guess, but I'm getting there. But I'm actually liking it, so I'm going to keep plugging away and see where it goes. Like I said, I'm only here for fun. Give you guys a place to come where everybody's welcome. There's no judgment. There's no, this side or that side. Everybody's welcome. Everybody come in and just have a good time, or come in and let's talk about a case and give, your perspective. But that is all for now, guys. And I will let you know when I'm going to go live again. Thank you guys all so much for coming in. Everybody have a great night. And I will see ya when I see ya. All right, guys. Bye.